every YouTube video I watched, I was like, comment, subscribe. It's the algorithm. I don't know. Just do
it. Hey, what's going on? Nils Mindnich here, professional snowboarder for Backcountry. I'm sitting with two other athletes, McRae Williams, Colter Hinchliffe, and we are going to get into discussing some of the things you might want to know about the Cardiac and Cottonwoods kit. But first off, you guys have just had a pretty fun weekend.
Yeah, indeed we did. I just got back from up in Jackson for the world premiere of TGR's new film Magic Hour, which was awesome, super well received, great turnout, good times, huh?
Oh, great times, yeah. It's always a fun way to get psyched for winter, and temps are getting colder, and the leaves are starting to change, snow on the peaks, and the new gear is starting to arrive. So yeah, we're stoked to tell you guys about this stuff. And Nils and I actually just got a chance to be in winter a couple weeks ago down in South America. We were in Argentina, a little multi-sport trip down there, a little rock climbing and a little skiing. Yep. We're excited to show you an edit on that here soon as well. But in the meantime, let's tell you more about these things. So this is the Cottonwood. We're going to just open it up a little for you guys to see. It's got these two chest pockets here, two hand pockets. It's got vents here, which is nice. The inside the jacket has got more pockets here, like a nice zippered one, and then more of like just a big dump pocket for maybe your goggles or something if you're getting hot along the way up. And then this is the bib. As you can see, it's got another mesh dump pocket here, which I use quite a bit, and then this is like a more secure. This is where my phone goes. It's kind of buried, but I don't know, I like it there.
Keep it warm, keep it insulated.
Keep it warm and insulated,
and then it's got, it's not going to jab you.
Two thigh pockets here, which we worked on the last couple years, orienting them in a better spot. They were a little lower than we wanted them to be last year, to be honest, and they were kind of, stuff was banging off of our knees, and we're really both excited to announce that after we've come back from Argentina, the new location of them it's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's below the hinge point of your leg and above the hinge point of your knee, so it's just a really nice spot to have some good pockets. And then the Cottonwood has a unique feature where the bib actually zips off entirely, so you just have a pant left over. I'm not sure if I can pull it off from this angle, but it seems like I can. Boom.
Look at
so
that.
Then you've just got a pant, which some people like the pant, and sometimes it might be a hot spring day and you want your chest to be able to breathe a little more, and you can just pop this off, and then all of a sudden you got a pant. So
I think that the upside of this is a much more thicker, kind of heavier duty fabric. The upside I see to that is a little more durable. So if you're, doing a lot of tree skiing or snowmobiling and brushing branches and rocks and really putting the gear through the ringer, that's a good plus to the Cottonwood. I do like subtler colors myself, just in general, like streetwear or any kind of thing. I'm not usually going for the poppiest thing, so I do like that about the Cottonwood. A little bit more subtle colors. If you're not filming in a TGR movie, you don't really need that. So
I know.
So I like that for days where I'm just going out cruising with my buddies, or out in the backcountry, just hiking, with a couple of friends, and just doing it doing some soul skiing. Good soul kit right there.
Yeah. I would say like the softer colorways, and even the material and the fabric itself kind of has like, there's less of a sheen almost to it, right?
Yeah,
there's like a bit more of like a knit,
subtler color.
Yeah, like a knit woven aspect to it that also complements like the more casual, softer colors you get out of it, and I feel
But don't forget, they've got the brightest kit this year is the blue.
I guess
Cottonwood, and I actually really like that color. It's almost like it's like pastel blue, and it's really nice. And that you can also mix and match. I think this year I'm pretty likely to go with a Cottonwood top because I love the color, and then I'm gonna be in this brown Cardiac bib because I like the functions. So you can mix and match.
Awesome. So Cardiac.
Take it away.
First off, just a very simple thing that I love to have in every jacket is some massive chest pockets, and this will put like phone, gloves, maybe a walkie-talkie,
extra
like
buff or something.
GoPro goggles.
GoPro goggles, extra buff, like just a myriad of things can like fit into these pockets. I mean, look, I got 2 hands, no problem. And you also have 2 of them. Also on this other side, there's another internal pocket for more delicate items. You know, it could be a GoPro, most likely. Like I'll put my cell phone in there, something like that, that you just don't want to like move around or jostle as much.
Keep a little separation in the cave, the cavern pocket.
Yep. And then again, you got another kind of hip pocket for just extra odds and ends, maybe your favorite protein bar.
Which this jacket's designed as well to not have normal hand pockets because our hip straps on our backpacks go right there. And I'm a really big fan of that. I think that those hip pockets or hand pockets kind of get in the way of that hip strap.
Yeah.
So I really like this design. In Argentina, I never felt like I did not have enough pockets. So.
Yep, totally. And then kind of a cool feature with Cardiac is that there's a second layer that you can zipper into, and this layer is actually it's like a perforated front to the jacket, so it just provides, like you said you were liking it for some extra mobility and space if you have a big underlayer, right?
Yeah, I was often actually wearing that with mid-layer underneath just because I was already warm enough and it just gave a little extra room. And then I also did use it sometimes when I was hiking and needed, protection from the wind, but I wanted to be able to breathe a little more. So it's a pretty cool and very simple feature.
Yeah. And then before we get to the internals, this bad boy, let's not forget, of course, one of my favorites is the pass pocket. And whether it's just for a quick, convenient place to put your pass or
functional.
I've like
whichever side scan, and they got them both these days. But.
Yeah, and then along with my pass, when I'm out like in the backcountry, I'm not sure, maybe the same thing happens with skis, but I always have like icing up happening. And I broke down a plastic wax scraper and like had it fit into this pocket. So then I could like unzipper it, take out my scraper, and just like
almost like board shorts having a little scrape. They always come with
exactly. It's like a
scraper
wax
in there.
scraper or something for board shorts.
Have
so
a little like bungee attachment so you don't lose it out there.
Yeah, totally. So scrapers, tickets, it's just nice to have.
One thing too with that, I feel like maybe they're fixing it a little bit these days. It can be like a hotel room key kind of thing too, but keeping your pass separate from your phone and your credit cards and everything, all these chips and everything that's going on. I feel like things can interfere, so it's just separate. Never have issues getting through the lift line and getting to the first tracks. So.
Yeah, because those scanners, I've had issues with the scanners that you're like, if your phone is in the same pocket, you're like, you're trying to like, we've all seen that
They're
person
like
that's just like wadding their chest up against like the side of the scanner, and you're like, boop, like, dude, what are you doing?
Watch and learn. Get yourself a cardiac kit.
And then the inside, again, just 2 more really robust, large mesh pockets that, again, I'll put gloves, beanie, maybe a phone, goggles, things like that. Just items that you're gonna like take off for a brief moment, especially if you're like hiking around the backcountry, you're touring, like things are always going off, your temperature's like fluctuating all over the place. So
goggles fog up, stick them in there for a hot minute or 2 and good to go.
Yeah.
You can also go with the armpit trick if it's really bad. But.
And then also, if you're psyched on POW skirts, this comes with a phenomenal POW skirt, but if you opt to not want the POW skirt, the entire thing zippers out. So you got you covered. So the bibs are nice. It's like something I think that I'm sure we're all like aligned with the bibs is that it's a pretty bare bones, simple. I mean, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 pockets, center zipper, like they're built for speed.
Minimal.
It's a minimal bib. You're not gonna get maybe the most like features to always utilize, but if you're on the go, hiking in the backcountry, sometimes less is more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Less is more scenario for sure. And the center zip this year is new, which I pushed for. I pushed for that and moving the pockets up, and they both came to fruition, which is really cool that they're taking our feedback and putting it into action.
So something that kind of differs between the 2 kits as well is the Cardiac has side vents. The Cottonwood has more of your traditional internal vents.
Well, the Cottonwood has the inner leg vents, which again, this is sort of meant for riding chairlifts, which is nice. It's got the mesh. You open that up on the chairlift, and you get you get airflow right away. Where this has the side vents, which is kind of nicer for when you're walking. It lets the pant move a little more freely, which I really like.
One of the side vents goes all the way on this one for all of those emergent quick exit scenarios you might find yourself in if you gotta ditch your bibs and
yeah, a lot of people
do some business.
ask me that question.
Business,
Like,
yeah.
if you gotta go number 2, how do you do it with your bibs on? You gotta take your jacket off, and it's extremely simple. You just zip this thing all the way down, pull it to the side, and
you're
let
comfortable.
her rip.
You can sit down. You're comfy.
The ladies covered.
Similar with the Cottonwoods, some feedback that the athletes had for the Cardiac is that there was also some adjustments that needed to be made to the pockets, and those adjustments were made. And it is, it sounds like something so simple, like, oh, my pocket's too low, right? But like when you are either on the trail or touring or something, you have things kind of clanking against your knee. You're like, it's hard to get it out of your mind. It's this like subtle agony.
Well, it just
and,
kind of hurts a little bit too.
Yeah, and it hurts, and so like, anyways, to have that adjustment made and improved and like not existent is awesome.
I'm learning as we were just upstairs with the designers, and they have to design these to fit everyone, and there's a lot of different type of people out there. So kind of just sticking up for them and just fits in general. The process is crazy. They've measured all of us and like everyone in the office, and it's like you got 3 sizes: small, medium, large, and I guess XL, but. Everyone's got to fit into their own little space there, and it's a tricky thing, but I think they're doing so much work and measurements and math to really try to make everyone happy, and they're nailing it.
Hone it in, and it's showing. It's cool. It's pretty exciting.
So the fits on these kits are a little bit different. The Cardiac is designed a little bit more as an uphill offering, and it is just a little bit of a slimmer fit, a little bit less fabric, and a little bit less bulky overall, whereas this has a little bit more of a free ride, freestyle fit. It's got like an extra zipper down here, so you can flare it out over your boot a little bit more, and I'm a fan of that kind of stuff. Actually, it's a little bit more baggy when I want it, but then I'm also a fan of keeping things tight and trim when I'm in the mountains and not wanting to carry anything else.
Got performance fit and
casual
lifestyle fit, casual fit. Perfect.
Yeah. And you've spent a lot of time in the Cardiac.
Yeah, I primarily ski the Cardiac for that same reason that I am hiking around a lot. It's nice to have something thinner and lighter to stuff in your backpack. It's kind of funny they're named after little cottonwood canyons. Cardiac is like a high ridge that you can hike to, and then the Cottonwood is more just named after being in the Cottonwoods in general. It kind of does it all well.
Yeah,
so they're appropriately
fitting.
named for sure.
Yeah.
If you know the area, they nailed it there.
Cardiac will now be offered in the ladies line, which will be really exciting to see. Get some performance gear in that space. Boys, thanks for chatting about this. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or reach out to your Gearhead with any other questions you might have. And if you are interested, check them out on backcountry.com.